Good evening, everyone. I want you to do something with me right now. I want you to think back to the hardest moment of your life. That moment when you were tested beyond what you thought was possible. Can you feel it? Can you see it? Maybe it was a struggle, a setback, a challenge that seemed impossible to overcome. But here's the truth that I want you to hear today. Those moments, those exact moments, are the ones that shaped you into who you are right now. You didn't see it then. But you were on the edge of something greater. You were standing on the precipice of a breakthrough and you didn't even know it. Here's the thing about life. It doesn't wait for you to be ready. It doesn't care if you feel prepared. It doesn't ask for your permission before pushing you into the unknown. And just when you think you can't take it anymore, just when you feel like everything is falling apart, life is getting ready to push you into the new chapter that you've been dreaming of. Adversity is not the end of the road. It is often the beginning of something greater. We tend to view struggle, failure, and challenges as obstacles that stop us in our tracks, but what if they are actually preparing us for something bigger? The truth is, adversity is often the catalyst for our greatest breakthroughs. It is the very pressure that molds us into who we are meant to become. Without adversity, we would never grow. We would remain stagnant, never reaching the potential that lies within us. The path to greatness is never a straight line. It is filled with bumps, detours, and sometimes what seems like insurmountable barriers. But if we examine the stories of the most successful people, we see that they didn't achieve greatness despite adversity. They achieved greatness because of it. Every setback, every failure, every moment of doubt served as a stepping stone on their journey to success. It was in those moments of adversity that they discovered the strength within themselves that they never knew existed. They learned lessons that they could have never learned in the comfort of success. In fact, adversity often brings clarity. It forces you to confront who you really are, what you truly want, and what you're willing to do to get it. When life is easy, it's easy to coast, to drift through day by day, but when you're faced with a challenge, you are forced to make a choice. You either rise to the occasion or you fall. The decision you make in those moments of adversity shapes the rest of your life. Do you give up or do you push through? Do you allow the obstacle to define you, or do you use it as fuel to propel yourself forward? Many of us have been conditioned to avoid discomfort. We are taught to seek pleasure, to run away from pain, and to pursue safety above all else. But here's the reality. Growth does not occur in comfort zones. Growth occurs when you step into the unknown, when you face challenges head on, and when you learn to embrace discomfort as part of the process. The more you avoid the struggle, the more you delay the growth you are meant to experience. Every moment of discomfort is an opportunity to become stronger, more resilient, and more capable. It's also important to recognize that adversity is not always a personal failure. Often, challenges are just part of the natural course of life. You cannot control everything that happens to you, but you can control how you respond. Adversity is not about what happens to you, it's about how you use what happens to you. It's about the mindset you adopt when life doesn't go as planned. Do you choose to see it as a setback, or do you choose to see it as a stepping stone? The greatest achievements in history were not born from easy times. They were born from times of struggle, hardship, and perseverance. Think of the great inventions, the breakthroughs in medicine, the movements that changed the world. All of them came from a place of adversity. The people behind these achievements didn't shy away from the challenges. They embraced them. They understood that adversity was simply a test, and they used it to fuel their determination to move forward. Adversity also builds character. It forces you to dig deep and discover your true values, your purpose, and your vision for the future. It reveals your strengths and weaknesses and provides you with the opportunity to work on them. Without adversity, we wouldn't be able to see what we're made of. We wouldn't know how far we could go or how strong we could be. In times of adversity, you find out what you're truly capable of, and you surprise yourself. Every breakthrough in your life will come after adversity. The pain, the struggle, the fear, it all serves a greater purpose. It is in the hardest moments that you develop the strength, the wisdom, and the resilience to move forward and achieve the success you're meant for. So the next time you face a challenge, don't shy away from it. Embrace it. Understand that adversity is not something to fear. It is something to be grateful for, because it is through adversity that your breakthrough will come. When you're at your breaking point, when it feels like the world is crumbling around you and everything you've worked for is slipping through your fingers, it's hard to see any light at the end of the tunnel. In those moments, it can feel like you've reached the end of your journey, like the dream you've been chasing is impossible to reach. But what if I told you that the change you've been desperately waiting for is right on the other side of that breaking point? What if in the very moment you feel like you can't go any further, your breakthrough is already finding its way to you? This is the paradox of life. The hardest, most painful moments are often the very ones that lead to our greatest transformations. When we are in the midst of our struggles, it's almost impossible to recognize that the change we've been hoping for is already on the horizon, preparing to find us. But if you look back at the toughest times in your life, you'll likely realize that those were the moments that shaped you, that helped you grow in ways you couldn't have imagined. And now, when you're faced with adversity again, it's important to remember that this is not the end, but the beginning of something new. The truth is, growth and change are often birthed in the most uncomfortable spaces. When things are easy, when everything is going smoothly, there is little pressure to change or evolve. It's only when we are pushed to our limits, when we feel like we're at the edge, that we are forced to make choices that will determine our future. In those moments, you are being asked to rise, to step into something greater than you've ever known. And just when you think you can't take it anymore, when you feel like giving up, that's when the universe is sending you the very change you've been asking for. At that breaking point, it's easy to feel defeated. It's easy to let self-doubt creep in and question whether it's all worth it. But if you hold on just a little longer, if you push through the discomfort, you'll often find that the change you've been waiting for is right there, ready to make its entrance. It may not look the way you expected it to, but that's part of the beauty of life. We don't always recognize change when it arrives. It's not always wrapped up in a neat package or delivered in a way that fits our plan. Sometimes change comes disguised as challenge, hardship, or failure. But in reality, these are the moments that hold the greatest potential for growth. And the beauty of this is that you don't have to do it alone. Even when you feel like you're at your lowest, when you feel like no one understands or is there for you, you are not alone in your struggle. Every challenge you face, every hardship you endure is preparing you for something bigger. The universe, God, fate, whatever you believe in, is always working in your favor even when you can't see it. Your breakthrough is on its way, and it's coming to find you when you need it most. The key to navigating these moments of adversity is perspective. Instead of viewing your struggles as setbacks, try to see them as invitations for change. Instead of succumbing to the feeling of defeat, remind yourself that this is the moment where things are about to shift. Every challenge you face is an opportunity to transform, to become stronger, to expand into the person you were always meant to be. Change doesn't always come when you're ready for it. It often comes when you least expect it. But that's the beauty of it. Life has a way of finding you when you're at your lowest because it knows you are capable of more than you realize. The hardest moments of your life, those moments that make you question everything, are not signs of failure. They are signs that change is coming. When you are at your breaking point, you are actually on the edge of something incredible. And the only thing you need to do is hold on, keep going, and trust that this challenge is preparing you for the life you've always wanted. Your breakthrough is coming, and it will find you when you're ready to step into the next chapter of your life. Treatment is not something that comes easily. It's not something that happens overnight or as a result of a single victory. It is forged in the fire of struggle, built on the foundation of failure, and refined through the constant pursuit of excellence. When we look at the stories of the world's greatest achievers, we see that their success was not the result of smooth sailing, but the product of countless trials and tribulations. It was the challenges they faced, the adversity they endured, and the obstacles they overcame that made them who they are. They didn't achieve greatness despite hardship. They achieved greatness because of it. Every struggle you face is shaping you into the person you need to become in order to reach your full potential. When you're in the midst of a challenge, it can feel like you're being pushed beyond your limits, like everything is falling apart and you're never going to get back on track. But in reality, it's these moments that are laying the groundwork for your future success. You are being tested, not to see if you can survive, but to see if you're willing to grow, to learn, and to rise above the difficulties you face. The process of overcoming hardship forces you to dig deep and tap into strengths you didn't know you had. It forces you to stretch beyond your comfort zone and become something greater than you were before. This is why greatness isn't given to those who avoid struggle. It's given to those who are willing to face the challenges head on, to persist when it seems easier to quit, and to continue moving forward even when the road ahead is uncertain. Every setback is an opportunity to learn something new about yourself. Every failure is a lesson in what doesn't work, and every moment of adversity is a chance to develop the resilience, determination, and perseverance needed to achieve something extraordinary. When you're facing hardship, it's easy to lose sight of the bigger picture. You get caught up in the pain of the moment and forget that this struggle is part of your journey, not the end of it. But if you step back and take a broader view, you'll see that your greatest accomplishments often come from the times when you were tested the most. The challenges that you face are not random or meaningless. They are an essential part of your growth. They are the training ground where you develop the qualities that will propel you to greatness. Every time you face a difficult situation and choose to rise above it, you build the character necessary to achieve your goals. This is why it's so important to embrace adversity rather than fear it. Many people shy away from challenges because they don't want to feel uncomfortable or endure the pain that comes with growth. But the reality is that growth is uncomfortable. Greatness is uncomfortable. The road to success is never without obstacles. In fact, the more resistance you face, the more opportunity you have to grow. It's in overcoming these obstacles that you prove to yourself that you're capable of achieving anything. When you look back on your life, the moments that you'll be most proud of will not be the ones where everything went according to plan, but the ones where you faced the toughest challenges and pushed through, refusing to give up on yourself or your dreams. The most successful people in the world are not those who never faced adversity. They are the ones who faced it and kept going. They are the ones who used every setback as a stepping stone towards success, who saw failure as a lesson rather than a defeat, and who understood that greatness isn't found in the absence of struggle, but in the ability to rise above it. They didn't allow their circumstances to define them. They defined themselves by how they responded to their circumstances. So when you find yourself in the midst of a challenge, don't see it as a sign that you're on the wrong path. See it as an opportunity to grow, to become stronger, and to prove to yourself that you are capable of achieving greatness. The road may be difficult, but every step you take through adversity is one step closer to the person you are meant to become. Opportunity doesn't wait for you to be ready. It doesn't knock politely at your door asking for permission to enter. Opportunity is bold. It's urgent. It's ready to find you at any moment, even when you feel unprepared or uncertain. In fact, the most transformative opportunities often show up when you least expect them, and they demand that you act now. The key isn't waiting for the right time, the perfect circumstances, or the moment when everything aligns perfectly. The key is being ready to seize opportunity when it finds you, no matter what. Most people spend their lives waiting for the ideal situation. They wait for everything to line up perfectly, for the stars to align, and for the conditions to be just right before they take action. But this mindset holds people back. Opportunity doesn't wait for perfect conditions. It often shows up in times of chaos, uncertainty, or even failure. Those who succeed are not the ones who wait for everything to fall into place. They are the ones who act when the opportunity presents itself, even if they don't feel ready. They step forward with courage, knowing that growth comes from taking action, not waiting for the perfect moment. One of the biggest misconceptions people have is that they need to be fully prepared before seizing an opportunity. The truth is, there is no perfect preparation. You may feel unsure, scared, or even underqualified when an opportunity presents itself, but that's when you need to trust yourself the most. Waiting for readiness is a trap. Readiness is built in the process. It's only through taking action that you learn, adapt, and grow. The most successful people are not those who were the most prepared. They are the ones who took a chance when it was presented to them, even when they didn't know exactly what would happen next. When an opportunity comes into your life, it's often disguised in a way that makes it seem too risky or too complicated. The road ahead might look uncertain, and fear can easily paralyze you from moving forward. But here's the reality. If you wait for the perfect opportunity, you may miss the one that was meant for you. The right time is not a future date on a calendar. It's right now. The opportunities you need to take are often the ones that scare you the most, because they are the ones that will stretch you and force you to grow. Opportunity also has a way of finding you when you least expect it. It doesn't wait for you to have everything figured out. It doesn't ask if you feel prepared. It simply shows up, and it's up to you to recognize it and take action. Sometimes opportunity comes in the form of a challenge, a setback, or a failure, but even in those moments, opportunity is there, offering you a chance to rise above, to try again, and to create something new. You face adversity. That's often when the best opportunities come, because you're being pushed beyond your limits and forced to see things from a new perspective. The most successful people are the ones who have learned how to recognize and embrace opportunity no matter the circumstances. They don't wait for it to appear in a shiny, perfect package. They understand that opportunity is often hidden in the unexpected, in the uncomfortable, or in the challenges they face. They know that waiting for the perfect moment is just another form of procrastination. They act, and they act boldly, because they understand that the only way to move forward is to seize the moment, no matter how uncertain it may seem. Being ready for opportunity means staying prepared mentally and emotionally for whatever comes your way. It's about developing the mindset that you can handle anything that shows up and being open to change and growth. When you position yourself to act, when you stay alert and ready to seize whatever opportunity arises, you create the conditions for success to find you. It's not about waiting for things to fall into place. It's about staying in motion, staying proactive, and being willing to step into the unknown. When opportunity arrives, you must be ready to say yes and take that first step, even if you don't know where he will lead. The key is not to wait for the perfect moment, but to create the moment by acting when the opportunity arises. Opportunity doesn't wait for you to be ready. It doesn't knock politely at your door asking for permission to enter. Opportunity is bold. It's urgent. It's ready to find you at any moment, even when you feel unprepared or uncertain. In fact, the most transformative opportunities often show up when you least expect them, and they demand that you act. Now, the key isn't waiting for the right time, the perfect circumstances, or the moment when everything aligns perfectly. The key is being ready to seize opportunity when it finds you, no matter what. Most people spend their lives waiting for the ideal situation. They wait for everything to line up perfectly, for the stars to align, and for the conditions to be just right before they take action. But this mindset holds people back. Opportunity doesn't wait for perfect conditions. It often shows up in times of chaos, uncertainty, or even failure. Those who succeed are not the ones who wait for everything to fall into place. They are the ones who act when the opportunity presents itself, even if they don't feel ready. They step forward with courage, knowing that growth comes from taking action, not waiting for the perfect moment. One of the biggest misconceptions people have is that they need to be fully prepared before seizing an opportunity. The truth is, there is no perfect preparation. You may feel unsure, scared, or even underqualified when an opportunity presents itself, but that's when you need to trust yourself the most. Waiting for readiness is a trap. Readiness is built in the process. It's only through taking action that you learn, adapt, and grow. The most successful people are not those who were the most prepared. They are the ones who took a chance when it was presented to them, even when they didn't know exactly what would happen next. When an opportunity comes into your life, it's often disguised in a way that makes it seem too risky or too complicated. The road ahead might look uncertain, and fear can easily paralyze you from moving forward. But here's the reality. If you wait for the perfect opportunity, you may miss the one that was meant for you. The right time is not a future date on a calendar, it's right now. The opportunities you need to take are often the ones that scare you the most, because they are the ones that will stretch you and force you to grow. Opportunity also has a way of finding you when you least expect it. It doesn't wait for you to have everything figured out. It doesn't ask if you feel prepared. It simply shows up. And it's up to you to recognize it and take action. Sometimes opportunity comes in the form of a challenge, a setback, or a failure. But even in those moments, opportunity is there, offering you a chance to rise above, to try again, and to create something new. When you face adversity, that's often when the best opportunities come, because you're being pushed beyond your limits and forced to see things from a new perspective. The most successful people are the ones who have learned how to recognize and embrace opportunity no matter the circumstances. They don't wait for it to appear in a shiny, perfect package. They understand that opportunity is often hidden in the unexpected, in the uncomfortable, or in the challenges they face. They know that waiting for the perfect moment is just another form of procrastination. They act, and they act boldly, because they understand that the only way to move forward is to seize the moment, no matter how uncertain it may seem. Being ready for opportunity means staying prepared mentally and emotionally for whatever comes your way. It's about developing the mindset that you can handle anything that shows up and being open to change and growth. When you position yourself to act, when you stay alert and ready to seize whatever opportunity arises, you create the conditions for success to find you. It's not about waiting for things to fall into place. It's about staying in motion, staying proactive, and being willing to step into the unknown. When opportunity arrives, you must be ready to say yes and take that first step, even if you don't know where it will lead. The key is not to wait for the perfect moment, but to create the moment by acting when the opportunity arises. Believing in yourself is not just a feel-good mantra. It is the foundation of everything you will achieve in life. Your belief in your abilities, your potential, and your capacity for success is the driving force behind every step you take, every decision you make, and every goal you pursue. Without self-belief, even the most promising opportunities will pass you by because you won't take the actions necessary to seize them. On the other hand, when you truly believe in yourself, the world becomes a place of endless possibilities and you unlock your true potential. The journey to success begins within. It starts with the belief that you are capable of achieving whatever you set your mind to, even when the world around you says otherwise. It starts with trusting your instincts and recognizing that your unique qualities, skills, and experiences have all prepared you for what lies ahead. Too often, people wait for external validation, seeking approval from others, or waiting for someone to give them permission to succeed. But the truth is, you don't need anyone's approval but your own. The confidence you need to move forward comes from within, from knowing that you have what it takes to face whatever challenges come your way. Self-belief is the key that unlocks your potential. It gives you the courage to take risks, to step outside of your comfort zone, and to pursue dreams that others might tell you are impossible. When you believe in yourself, you stop doubting your worth and begin to see yourself as someone capable of achieving great things. This shift in mindset is critical because it transforms the way you approach every situation. Instead of viewing challenges as insurmountable obstacles, you start seeing them as opportunities for growth and improvement. Belief in yourself shifts your perspective from fear of failure to excitement for the potential rewards of taking action. However, building that belief is not always easy. It requires practice, patience, and persistence. There will be times when you doubt yourself, when you question your abilities, and when failure seems like the only option. But it is precisely in those moments that you must choose to believe in yourself the most. Self-belief is not the absence of doubt. It is the decision to move forward in spite of it. It's about recognizing that fear and uncertainty are a natural part of the process, and that your belief in your ability to overcome them is what will carry you through. The most successful people are not the ones who never experienced doubt. They are the ones who kept moving forward despite it. One of the biggest challenges to self-belief comes from comparing yourself to others. It's easy to look at someone else's success and feel like you're falling short. But the truth is, everyone's journey is different. You are on your own path, and your timeline is unique to you. When you focus on someone else's progress, you lose sight of your own potential. The key is to stop comparing yourself to others and start measuring your progress against your own goals and aspirations. Recognize that your journey is just as valuable and that your success will come when you are true to yourself and your own abilities. The more you nurture your belief in yourself, the more you begin to take ownership of your life. You stop waiting for others to make things happen for you, and you start taking the steps necessary to create the life you want. Self-belief leads to action. When you believe in yourself, you are motivated to take consistent, purposeful action toward your goals, even when the path is uncertain. You trust that no matter what happens, you have the ability to navigate the challenges that arise and continue moving forward. You understand that setbacks are not failures, but opportunities to learn and grow, and that every mistake brings you closer to success. As you strengthen your self-belief, you begin to develop resilience. You become more adaptable, more resourceful, and more determined to overcome obstacles. You develop a mindset that says, I can handle this no matter what life throws your way. Believing in yourself means that you trust in your ability to figure things out, to find solutions, and to keep pushing forward when others might give up. Self-belief also shapes the way you interact with the world around you. When you believe in yourself, others begin to believe in you too. Your confidence, your attitude, and your actions send a message to the world that you are someone who can be trusted, someone who will rise to the occasion. People are drawn to those who believe in themselves because they are seen as leaders, as individuals with the ability to inspire and motivate others to reach their potential as well. Ultimately, believing in yourself is the first and most important step towards success. It doesn't matter how many obstacles stand in your way or how many doubts you have to overcome. As long as you believe in your ability to achieve, you will continue to move forward, grow, and succeed. You have the power within you to create the life you desire, and it all starts with the belief that you are capable of making it happen. You will face moments in life where everything seems uncertain, where the path forward is unclear, and the challenges seem too great to overcome. It's easy in these moments to lose faith in yourself, to question whether you're capable of rising above the obstacles in your way. However, it's precisely in these moments of doubt and struggle that your greatest growth occurs. The truth is that transformation often comes when life forces you to face adversity head on, to step outside of your comfort zone, and to confront your fears and limitations. The key to navigating these moments is not to shy away from the struggle, but to embrace it as part of your journey. Life has a way of showing up in ways we never expect, and while it may feel like you're stuck in a storm, the reality is that storms don't last forever. They pass, and when they do, they leave you stronger, more resilient, and more capable of facing whatever comes next. It is through hardship that you gain the strength to achieve things you never thought possible. If you want to grow, you must learn to embrace challenges as opportunities to expand. We all face obstacles, but it's how we respond to them that determines our future. There's a saying that what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, and there is a deep truth in that. Every time you face a setback or an obstacle, you are being tested, and that test is not meant to break you. It's meant to help you evolve into a version of yourself that is better equipped to handle whatever life throws at you. The struggles you encounter are not just random occurrences. They are the building blocks of your success. They provide the experiences, lessons, and wisdom you need to make your next move with confidence and clarity. In these challenging times, it's important to remember that your current situation is not permanent. No matter how difficult things may seem in the moment, things will change. Life is constantly in flux, and nothing lasts forever, not the good times or the bad. This is why it's so important to keep moving forward, even when it feels like you're not making progress. Progress is not always linear. There will be days where you feel like you're taking 2 steps forward and 1 step back. But those setbacks don't define you. It's the cumulative effect of all your efforts, all your persistence, and all your resilience that will ultimately determine where you end up. When you find yourself facing a challenge, it can be easy to feel like you're fighting a losing battle. You may question whether you're on the right path or whether your efforts are even worth it. But these are the moments when you must trust the process. Even when the results aren't immediately apparent, the work you're putting in today will pay off tomorrow. Trust that the effort you're putting into your growth, your goals, and your dreams is not in vain, even if the rewards aren't clear right now. Furthermore, during these difficult times, it's crucial to shift your perspective. Rather than viewing challenges as barriers, try to see them as stepping stones. Every obstacle is an opportunity to learn something new about yourself, your strengths, and your potential. The harder the challenge, the greater the reward on the other side. And while it may feel like things are falling apart in the moment, they are actually falling into place in ways that you may not fully understand yet. Often it is only in hindsight that we can truly appreciate the significance of the struggles we faced. Your journey is your own, and no one else can walk it for you. There will be times when others may not understand your path, or when the world seems to be moving at a pace that leaves you feeling left behind. But remember, your timing is not the world's timing. Life unfolds in its own way, and your growth and success will happen when you are ready, not when everyone else says you should be. This is your story, and you are the author. The challenges you face are just chapters in your book. They are not the end. They are just part of your story, preparing you for the next chapter. As you go through life, one thing is certain: change will come. Your circumstances will shift. You will evolve. And in those moments when you feel most uncertain, when you feel like everything is crumbling, trust that change is coming to find you. The life you desire, the transformation you seek will come when you keep moving forward, when you continue to push through the struggle, and when you trust that the path you are on is taking you exactly where you need to go. Life is about learning to navigate the ups and downs, finding strength in the face of adversity, and understanding that every challenge you face is a stepping stone to your future.